Ball, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Be crowned the back-to-school champion parent with a Sagicor Bank unsecured loan.
The time by Sagicor Bank is...
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing. And the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling. Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't fit the dark. Shine your lights on.
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes,
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
more of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep.
I'm Curlin Brown. Let's continue to inspire Jamaica. And of course, where else will you see it? CVM TV, of course.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, guidance counselors tackle increasing incidents of teen suicide. Police seek brothers following jockey's murder. Unsafe waters, tourist drownings spark concerns over safety protocols at tourist attractions. In our small biz feature, we uncover how Mel Tree Eats is reframing Jamaica's cannabis legacy. And in sports, young Sunshine girls pick up 2 points without breaking a sweat due to Sri Lanka's forfeiture. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Monday, September 22, 2025. Thanks for having joined us. I'm Nika Lewis. A 16-year-old student of Homewood Technical High School is suspected to have died by suicide in Stettin, Trelawney. CVM News understands this is the third teen death by suicide since July in Jamaica. School communities across the island have been rattled. Guidance counselors are assessing the impact of this increase on the mental health of stakeholders as the country continues to confront a growing crisis. Crystal Williams has our lead story.
A 16-year-old of Stettin, Trelawney, a 13-year-old of Lilliput St. James, and a 15-year-old of Finegrass, Manchester. What do their families and school communities have in common? A void that can never be refilled, as these youngsters have all been suspected of taking their own lives.
In Jamaica, the suicide rate, generally speaking, is 2.4 per 100,000. So that would include both adults and teenagers.
Statistics indicate an increase in suicides around the back-to-school period. Leighton Campbell, president of the Jamaica Association of Guidance Counselors in Education, shared possible factors fueling the crisis.
There are some individuals who are bullied to the extent that they are unable to cope, and as a result, they are trying to escape from the pain that they are feeling.
Campbell notes instances of how other factors may affect students' mental health negatively, stemming from trauma within the home.
The student is is facing neglect by parents or caregiver, or maybe even other family member, or in some cases, some students are being compared to other siblings or other students in the community, and they are made to feel that they are not as valued.
He also highlighted the copycat syndrome and fear of failure or disappointing parents among the reasons youngsters sometimes seek an escape. Principal of the Montego Bay Community College, Dr. Darian Henry, describes cyberbullying as one of the main deteriorators of children's mental health. He implores parents and guardians to monitor the voices influencing the nation's children.
You see this? It's good, but it is a weapon that formed against some of our young people. Cyberbullying, I can tell you, leaves invisible scars among our young people. These issues are call for increased vigilance of parents and our students and our principals.
Campbell says, while mental health support is available, the country continues to face a resource issue.
I would not say that it is adequate, because there's always room for improvement. A few years back, maybe 2021, 2022, we know that the agencies that are run by government are understaffed.
He credits the CPFSA and the Child Guidance Clinic as agencies where help can be sourced. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to the Jamaica Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Helpline at 888-639-5433. This is Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
Jamaica's reputation as a paradise destination is under scrutiny this evening following recent fatal accidents involving tourists. Questions are being raised about safety protocols at some of the island's most popular resorts and attractions, particularly water sports businesses. Amoy Harriet reports.
On Saturday, September 13, a 58-year-old American tourist died in a suspected drowning during a snorkeling excursion in Ocheria, St. Anne. Just weeks ago in late August, a British tourist died and his wife injured following an ATV accident in St. Mary. Back in February, in neighboring Hanover, a Canadian man died following a suspected drowning in the sea at the Rio Negril Hotel. Just days before that incident, a 3-year-old Canadian girl drowned in a pool at the Rio Palace Aquarel Hotel in Trelawney. In each case, visitors came to Jamaica in search of paradise, but instead encountered peril. The string of fatalities has sparked concerns about safety protocols at Jamaica's resorts and attractions and whether enough is being done to protect visitors. Richard Vernon is mayor of Montego Bay, a popular tourist destination.
Sometimes even to the annoyance of some of the persons who are seeking to get permits, because the requirements are so stringent, and the agents, they are very stick-to-itive where that is concerned, and want to ensure that you put everything in place before you get a permit. So I will say that we maintain the highest standard within our hospitality sector and the hotel industry. Outside of that, there are some things that you can't control.
The challenge that we have is that not everybody is licensed. Not everybody goes through the process. And then sometimes things happen, you know, when people are not trained. I'm not saying that they don't happen in trained facilities and in licensed facilities. Yes, they do. But the likelihood of that happening, if ever all the protocols are followed, is lessened.
Now, it's unclear how many operators within the sector are unlicensed. Executive Director of the Tourism Product Development Company Limited, TPDCO, Wade Mars, told us that the entity is aware that there are businesses operating without the necessary license, and they're working with other state agencies to get these businesses regulated. Where the operations pose a risk to the public, he said, TPDCO usually issues cease and desist orders. That aside, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Forensic Medicine revealed that in many water sport-related deaths among tourists in the Caribbean, pre-existing health conditions like heart disease are cited as significant risk factors. Now, the tragedy in Ocheria over a week ago echoed these findings, with Sandals reporting that the 58-year-old American tourist who died while snorkeling experienced a medical emergency during the activity. Currently, only some water sports operators require customers to disclose their health conditions before participating in sports. Some even require customers to sign waivers that advise against participation if the individual is pregnant, has pre-existing medical conditions, or is on certain medications. Now, there are questions about whether this should become standardized.
It would be irresponsible for them not to have some kind of waiver in place, because you know you can lose your business if somebody sues you. You can lose it all. And I know most of them mean well. I mean, I'm not bashing anybody, but at the same time, we have to protect the industry, because tourism is too important for Jamaica as a country for us to damage the product.
We put the matter to Mr. Mars. He said, with respect to the waiver, quote, "This is not something we can regulate." Mr. Mars said the operators must put their own operational systems in place, which are also aligned with their public liability insurance. He's also advising operators to consult with their lawyers to ensure their waivers and policies are legally sound. He noted that each waiver would be unique depending on the activity, and TBDCO only requires that the insurance covers all activities that occur at the entity. Amoy Harriet for CVM News.
Still on tourism, Jamaica's premier tourism trade show, Japex 2025, is now underway in Montego Bay. This year, the Jamaica Tourist Board is signaling confidence despite global economic uncertainties, noting measurable outcomes are expected for the 160 suppliers in this year's show. Akeem Arit is on location.
One of the Caribbean's most anticipated tourism trade shows has returned to the shores of Montego Bay. Japex 2025 brings together hoteliers, travel agents, tour operators, and international buyers, all under one roof, to showcase Jamaica's world-class tourism offerings. Director of the Tourist Board, Donovan White, says there will be measurable outcomes for the suppliers in this year's trade show.
The measurable outcome is that our B2B engagements between buyers and suppliers will be extremely productive, robust and productive. And by that, what I mean is that, buyers will get the best possible deal they're looking for, and suppliers will do the same. And through that process, they will be able to do good contracts that will aid the continued growth of our tourism product in the many markets that we've brought buyers from for this Japex.
The optimism comes even as the global economy faces uncertainty. The Tourist Board says it has implemented strategic measures to keep the industry stable and to diversify its markets.
Our focus for the last 3 years have been opening emerging markets and doing new business with new people. And Latin America has responded extremely well, not just from the visitor perspective, but also from the partnership side. With airlines and tour operators and genuine tourism businesses in the space. We're applying the same approaches to the GCC region, to India, and of course across Europe as well, as 3 additional marketplaces that we believe will be able to yield significant growth for the destination over the next 5 to 10 years.
Jamaica continues to cement its place as a leading destination, with at least over 25% of Asian tourists doing stopovers. The director states that products are always under review to meet the expectations of tourists. But the latest arrival figures paint a mixed picture. For 2024, Jamaica recorded 4,153,655 tourist arrivals, slightly down from the 4,181,740 visitors welcomed in 2023. Meanwhile, cruise ship arrivals, which stood at 1,265,734 in 2023, dipped by 1% to 1,253,297 for 2024. For 2025, it's predicted that over 4.5 million tourists will visit Jamaica. Despite the marginal declines, industry leaders remain confident that Japex will position Jamaica for stronger performance in the year ahead. Akeem Arit, CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues right after the break.
Crunch your craving with the value menu from KFC. With combos starting at just $620. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Join us next week when we conclude our discussion with Dr. Chambers on his success in the Tourism Enhancement Fund's special Tourism Innovation Incubator program and how he has been able to turn his innovative idea into a successful business.
Crunch your craving with the value menu from KFC. With combos starting at just $620. KFC, it's finger licking.
Thanks so much for staying with us. There are growing concerns from family members and members of the public about a fatal police shooting in Clarendon last Monday. Captured on video, the incident showed the man deceased raising his arms after opening the door for police to enter his dwelling. His subsequent killing is raising more questions than answers for family members. Giovanni Dennis reports.
This now viral video shows the now deceased Jamar Farquharson opening the door to his dwelling in Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon, minutes to 3 p.m. Monday, September 15. The concern for relatives is what happened before and or after this apparent surrender that would cause the 22-year-old mixologist to be killed by police. A request to the JSA for the official report on the fatal shooting has gone unanswered. But CCTV footage obtained by CVM News from 2:34 up to 3 p.m. gives us a timeline of the events. The first video was captured at 2:34 p.m. Jamar arrives home from work. His housemate who also works with him confirmed this with CVM News. He's eating a patty and makes his way upstairs to his room. At 2:38 p.m., he takes off his shirt and walked to his room. He stays there until 2:56 p.m. when he sees the police arrive at the gate. He runs with his phone to let them inside. He was home alone. This is where the plot develops. From this video, we know Jamar is outside. 2:57 to 2:58 p.m. Police enter and search the entire building. The cameras don't show it, but they force their way into 4 other rooms other than Jamar's. When we visited, we were shown the damage to each door. In fact, this door was badly damaged. No one else was there. Then they turned this camera sideways. But it continues recording on a cloud. They unplugged the internet at 3:31 p.m. But the camera downstairs continued recording before the police disconnected the internet and captured several of the team members walking in and out, stopping and checking behind chairs, conversing with each other, even talking on the phone. In this video alone, we count at least 10 policemen and women in conversation while Jamar is outside. The last video was recorded at 3:31 p.m. The other tenant says the internet was disconnected and his 3 cameras upstairs taken by police. He brought us to the room and showed us what appeared to be bullet holes in the wall where Jamar was reportedly shot. Bloodstains were still present. Indicom has all the footage seen by CVM News and is investigating. The other tenant has since moved out in fear, telling CVM News the police have circled the area every day since the shooting. Residents staged a protest on Saturday demanding answers. Jamar's aunt, who raised him, also wants answers.
It don't take a rocket science to know that you have to have a search warrant. Whose name is on the search warrant?
Giovanni Dennis, CVM News.
A Caymanas Park jockey was shot and killed in Thompson View, Kingston 11 on Sunday. He is 49-year-old O'Neill Ricardo Mullings, otherwise called Jockey of Thompson View Avenue. Carla Ramdeen has this report. Well, we'll actually get back to that story, but high-powered... In fact, reports are that at about 6:40 p.m., Mullings was along Thompson View when he was approached by a man armed with a firearm. The gunman opened fire, hitting Mullings in the head. Mullings was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead.
We're urging members of the public who know the whereabouts of Samuel Brown to contact the nearest police station, to contact the Hunts Bay CIB at 923-7111 or 311 or 811 to give information. We are asking and urging Brown to surrender to the police or to just simply, with the aid of family members, a pastor, justice of the peace, to just report to the nearest police station so that we can execute the warrant and to carry on our investigations. We are urging members of the public not to provide even to Brown, but to rather support the interests of ensuring that justice is borne by allowing the police to execute our job.
Well, police in St. Catherine have recovered a high-powered rifle M16 this afternoon in a chase in Portsmouth, Portmore, and 7 rounds of ammunition. Well, it's understood that Portsmouth, which is currently under curfew since 5 persons were shot on Thursday night, of which 1 has died so far. In a follow-up operation, a team from the St. Catherine South Police Division, acting on information, engaged a suspect who was seen in the community. He was chased into nearby bushes and an M16 rifle loaded with 7 rounds were recovered in a rice bag. The police are seeking Ricardo Bird to assist them in relation to the recovery. Motorists are raising concerns about the reliability and cost of some vehicle engines on new Chinese vehicles on the Jamaican market. Owners lament that replacements run into millions, while one mechanic says the problems are linked to mechanical faults. But the local distributor insists the real issue is a lack of servicing. Carla Ramdeen has this report.
I hate to say I told you so. I hate to say it. But now you have to pay $3.8 million for your engine.
Visibly frustrated, some motorists are raising concerns on social media about the cost and durability of some motor vehicle engines on new model Chinese manufactured vehicles on the island. In this instance, Havel, one car owner, explains that the engines are too expensive.
If you have your little piece of money or you qualify for your loan, don't bother go take none of them little brand new with the brands that with the dealership them a try pedal to you, tell you say, oh, you have warranty, you have this, you have that. Brother, it's not for us. It's for the people who have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vehicles they can have. If that little one broke down, it's okay, it's fine. But you will have your little cheese and bread, you're not supposed to go take up that by your head.
While one mechanic explained that the engines are not lasting until their warranty because of mechanical issues.
Chinese, they do not make anything to be repaired. They make stuff to be replaced, right? Do you know how much they want for the engine? $3.8 million. Let me repeat. It was quoted at $3.8 million for the engine. Vehicle was at the dealership for quite some time. And I can tell you that these engines are very weak. very, very weak, extremely weak, plus they are not reliable. I've not seen the reliability factor in them.
He adds that one of his customers' vehicles was affected and the company refused to honor the warranty. But brand sales manager for GWM that distributes Havel in Jamaica, Titania Clark, disagrees.
First things first, it's not Stewart that is not honoring the warranty. It's a manufacturer warranty, and that is something that we have to comply with. What does that mean? It means that once a vehicle comes here for any damage, we always tell our customers, you have 6 years warranty, which is up to 150,000 kilometers. And with that warranty, it means that we are responsible for mechanical or electrical errors caused by a manufacturer defect. Anything outside of that, for example, the body parts, the four corners of the unit, you meet in an accident, is your insurance company's responsibility. But this particular unit in question had an issue, or the issue is currently under investigation by not just the mechanic that is in the video viral, but we are continuing our work, and you would have seen a follow-up. We're working with this particular mechanic.
Ms. Clark is urging drivers to keep up with regular service checks of their vehicles.
Pay attention to your unit. The good thing about buying a GWM vehicle, it tells you when it's time to service. There is a notification that comes up on your unit to say you have X amount of kilometers till it's time to service. So don't just drop on you and say, yes, man, today is the day to service. It gives you that warning. Additionally, we're asking, care for your unit. In the video that we would have done as a follow-up, you heard me made mention of love on your unit. It is important that you listen to it and take some responsibility for it.
But while one motorist agrees that servicing is important, he still has a concern.
Service. And I get that. I definitely do get that. But in the event that it's a mechanical failure, what do you think service is going to do about that? Now it begs the question, because we know how life gets. I might be due for service side this week and say maybe I'm super busy and I can't bring it into the dealership. So I might go over like the next 2 or 3 weeks. Are you saying that if I miss this by 2 or 3 weeks, I have to pay $3.8 million?
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Well, this week's Hurricane Tips are talking about emergency supplies, medical, and proper food preparation. With more, here's Druselle Mills.
Watch the Weather is brought to you by
Farco, tough solutions for tough problems.
This is Watch the Weather Hurricane Tips. We are in the Atlantic hurricane season. For a couple days back-to-back, we have experienced heavy rainfall, which resulted in flooding across the Montego Bay and Kingston areas. This should be a clear indicator that we ought to be prepared. Replace or stock up on emergency supplies, for example, batteries for radios and flashlights, kerosene lamps, kerosene oil, and matches paired with candles. Having a generator as a backup is always a great idea. Ensure the generator is outside and is 20 feet away from windows and doors to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Prepare first aid kits. These are important. If you have never had an emergency kit in your home, hurricane season is the perfect time to ensure you have this prepared to manage injuries, illnesses, or any other emergencies. Painkillers are a must-have. Benadryl, any prescribed medications for medical conditions, ensure you fill them as soon as a hurricane watch is announced. If medicines needs to be refrigerated, fret not. Ice in an igloo will do the trick. Non-perishable food items is a must-have. During Hurricane Beryl, we all saw the rush in meat shops. People, it's not advisable to buy raw meat during a hurricane. Power outage is usually expected. Anything can happen where restoration of power outage is concerned. People, especially in the rural areas, might be out of electricity for a few days. I'm Druselle Mills, and those were your Hurricane Tips. Be safe and see you next Monday.
Watch the Weather is brought to you by
Farco, tough solutions for tough problems.
Stay with us. There is more news to come when we return.
I've been here before. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Look! Come on. There's only one thing that this gang fear. Take a Farco! Farco Rapid Kill gives quick and effective control of all crawling and flying insects. Farco Rapid Kill, strong and effective, and a fresh lemon smell. Remove the pests you don't want. Farco Rapid Kill, the effective solution with rapid killing power. Farco, tough solutions for tough problems.
50 years of finger-licking good memories, yeah.
The time by KFC is
7:30.
Are you confident that you are the legal owner of your property? Take action to secure your property ownership. Get a registered certificate of title and become the legal owner of your property. To register your property and obtain a certificate of title, you will need to provide a tax registration number (TRN), a valid government-issued identification, a survey diagram, documentation to prove ownership, up-to-date property tax certificate, the names, addresses, and occupations of 2 neighbors over the age of 50 who are not family members and can give a declaration on your behalf, proof that you have been in open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of the property for 12 years or more. For further information on registering your property and obtaining a certificate of title, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us at WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Courts presents the Home Event 2025. It's the perfect time to refresh your home with deals you can't resist. Get mattresses as low as $29,999. Upgrade to a 55-inch TCL Smart TV for only $64,999. Plus, get a free gift with select appliance purchases. Shop today with Courts Ready Finance and get more. Don't miss the Courts Home Event 2025. Courts, bringing value home. Offers end September 30. Conditions apply.
Crunch your craving with the value menu from KFC. With combos starting at just $620. KFC, it's finger licking.
So glad you stayed. It's now time for Raymond to join us with Small Biz, Big Dreams.
Thanks, Nico. Jamaica has long been synonymous with cannabis, rooted in culture, music, and history. But for many, the plant still carries a heavy stigma. One entrepreneur is on a mission to change that narrative. Melissa Bloomfield, founder of Mel's Tree Eats, and the visionary behind Buds and Brushes JA, is breaking barriers by turning passion into purpose, using plant medicine to educate, empower, and give back. This is the story of Mel's Tree Eats.
Educate yourself. That's the main thing. Because once you educate yourself, you'll be able to consume responsibly and get the best benefits that the plant was here to give us. All right? So educate yourself.
For generations, cannabis has been a part of the Jamaican identity, celebrated in songs, art, and spirituality. But while the world celebrates the plant for wellness and economic growth, locally, many still view it through a lens of judgment and misunderstanding. Melissa Bloomfield is changing that conversation with Mel Tree Eats, a line of artisan cannabis-infused edibles crafted with intention and responsibility.
Mel's Tree Eats is a edibles business here in Jamaica for the past 11 years, whipping up tasty treats, brownies, cookies, all different kinds of pastries. As far as responsible consumption, Mel's Tree Eats is only sold to 21 and older. It also comes with labels with instructions, and I personally give every single person education before purchase.
Bloomfield's advocacy goes beyond her kitchen. she created Buds and Brushes Jamaica, a vibrant experience fusing plant medicine, art, music, and wellness, where participants can express themselves creatively while exploring the positive impacts of cannabis.
Me and my friend Karine Thomas, we used to make cassette tapes, and we said we were going to sell them in order to give back to charity. Fast forward, here we are 6 years later, Buds and Brushes is doing exactly that, which is giving back to charities across Jamaica. And what we do with that is we blend art, music, and wellness and plant medicine education. And we come together and we give back.
And it's not just about self-expression. Proceeds from the event support charities that address mental health, community development, and youth empowerment.
876 Volunteer has been in our corner for the past 6 years, and they connect good hearts to good causes. So they have connected us to 10 charities across Jamaica over the past 6 years. So some of the charities that we have donated to is SOS Children's Village, which is the charity that we'll be giving back to on this leg of Buds and Brushes. As I mentioned earlier, Ebenezer Home for Men with Mental Illness, one of the only ones here in the island. Eve for Life, the Marie Atkins Shelter. Eve for Life is for women and children living in Jamaica with HIV. Some of these charities people don't even know about. You know, we know about some of the bigger charities that are out there, the Food for the Poor and bigger ones like that, but you don't know about the Dear Child Foundation, which is a charity for families with disabilities.
And now, Bloomfield's work is gaining international attention. This year, she was handpicked by the Prime Minister of Canada to represent Jamaica on World Cannabis Tourism Day, celebrated globally on September 27.
The misconception about cannabis is that people only consume to get high. And that's really not what it is. And, you know, I'm here to just make sure that we all educate each other on the true benefits of cannabis, because when used correctly, it can have some really good health, you know, a health balance. So I educate people, like, you know, the stigma is there, but I'm there to just continuously educate each and every person that, you know, I encounter.
However, like with any other business, there are some challenges.
There are some challenges that we face, you know, especially with, you know, the edible space, because it is the gray area. You know, so we look forward to the day that we can operate outside of that gray area, and edibles will be available in dispensaries. You know, there will be edibles cafes.
As Jamaica grapples with the future of its cannabis industry, Melissa Bloomfield stands as a powerful reminder that this plant is more than a commodity. It's a bridge between culture, economy, and community.
So hopefully in the next 5 years, we can see things be actually legal in the edible space. You know, the dispensaries will be able to carry products. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would love to tap into that space in a more legal way, you know, so hopefully that will happen. I mean, I've been in the business now for 11 years, you know, so still waiting. So let's see what happens in this 5 year, you know, in this 5 years to come.
And what to look forward to next from Meltree Eats? The charity event, Buds and Brushes JA.
The next stage in our Buds and Brushes is our 6-year anniversary, which will be Heroes Weekend, October 17th through the 20th, and it will be at Tingalea's Retreat, which is our location sponsor for this leg of Buds and Brushes. This is our second time going back to Negril, and it will be 3 nights. You know, we went from, as I said, a day to virtual to, you know, 2 days to now, 3 nights. And as I said, art, music, wellness, charity.
From sweet treats to social change, Melissa Bloomfield is taking cannabis from taboo to tourism and putting Jamaica at the forefront of a global movement. I am Raymond Morrison, and this has been Small Biz, Big Dreams.